Hey Clovermates, Lucky Star Shi-Roku here, and welcome to another video. This is a video that I planned a while ago, even before the upgrade to Windows 11. This is a script I've been writing for a very long time, but I've had to delay due to the upgrade and overall health reasons. But we're finally here. So this was originally one big video, but then I had to separate it again because of the overall S.A.D explanation video, which I wanted to do first because it makes sense to get that video out first before doing this one, just the reason. So in this video, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my recording schedule during my S.A.D period. So that's what this whole video is basically about, pretty much. So basically I have during my S.A.D period, I have two schedules. One for my I have a recording schedule for my regular time, and then I've got another schedule for when my S.A.D is in effect, which again, that's what this video is going to be going all over. So that's going to be the complete focus of this video. Again, I wanted to do the S.A.D explanation first just because it would add some crucial context for this video. But this is originally what the first video was going to be, but then I figured, best do that and just split into two parts just to so I don't have to rush things. But yeah, that's basically what this video was going to be about, just talking about my S.A.D schedule and everything regarding that. Okay, now before I actually get into explaining my schedules and everything, like my recording schedules throughout these 2 periods throughout the year, first a little bit of housekeeping before anything else. So basically, I think before going into my actual schedule, it's best taking a little bit of a look at what all the colors basically mean. Green means basically a guaranteed recording or editing day. So anytime that I am planning to record or edit and can definitely do it, that's what those green events mean. The white events that are tagged on at the end of something else are basically, if you see that, it basically means that that project is basically scheduled to go out the following day. So it just basically to let you know that while it is recorded on that day, it is meant to go out the next day. Red basically means an entire day off. So if you see red, it basically means my day off for the entire day. Yellow. Okay, so this is good to remember for later on, as it will you will see a bit more during my actual S.A.D schedule. But yellow days, yellow events basically mean potential recording and editing. So days that I'm hoping to get some recording and editing done, but due to external factors I can't predict until much later, there may or may not be recording. Again, that'll come up a little bit later on. And blue is just basically empty space between events. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be having a look at my regular schedule. So this is basically my normal routine, basically from March to August, basically. So this is the normal schedule going from March all the way to August. This felt like a good enough timeline for my regular schedule. Again, I will talk about that once we actually get to the actual S.A.D schedule, pretty much. But yeah, this is my normal schedule from March to August. Okay, right. So this is my normal routine from March till August. So again, got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So basically, as you can see here, new video at 2 p.m. pretty much. Well, again, that's not going to change at all. The biggest change here is basically recording on the evening. So you'll basically notice that in my regular schedule, I'm going to be like recording into the evening times, like 6 to 10 p.m. Again, usually recording, and then the video goes out at 2 p.m. the following day. So again, recording day on Monday, that'll go on Tuesday, and then there's nothing on Tuesday because I'm out all day, and then there'll be a recording on Wednesday, which will go on Thursday, etc., etc. So again, basically, video goes out at 2 p.m. So like when record, it goes out at 2 p.m. the next day again. So again, recorded editing at 6 till 10. On Monday, it'll go on Tuesday. And then the next time there'll be recording on Wednesday, so it'll go on Thursday. And then on Thursday, there'll be another recording, which will go out on Friday. Friday, I don't know. On Friday, I usually can do it because it's, while I can't predict when my actual laundry will be finished, it is still in a time frame where I can actually do it, given the fact that my S.A.D's not in effect. So I can't predict when it will be over, but it is usually within a time frame that I still can do it, just mainly because of, like, again, 6. It would be a bit more of an issue if this was during my S.A.D routine, S.A.D recording, which again we'll see a little bit more of later on, but it's a bit more unsure, but still doable because of the time of year that I'm doing it. Again, this is still during March to August. So again, recording, editing that on Friday, so that'll go out on Saturday, and then on Saturday recording, and then that will go on Monday, mainly because I'm not here on Sunday to actually do anything. Okay, next up here is my routine during my S.A.D period, my S.A.D period, seasonal affective disorder. So you will notice here, like in the past, I have said that my S.A.D typically affects me anywhere from typically from October to February. But you have noticed that I've put September in here as well. The reason I did that is because while my S.A.D doesn't affect me during September, it's basically like a transitional month. So while it's not in effect in September, it's to help transition me to when it is in effect. Do things early, it helps. If I set things up early, it makes it a lot easier to adapt. Basically adapting into a new routine before the thing affecting my routine is actually in effect. So while S.A.D doesn't affect me on September, it's just basically preparing me for when it does affect me, pretty much. So again, my S.A.D routine, which affects me from September to February. Okay, right, so this is my S.A.D routine from September to February. This is basically when my S.A.D is in effect, and you will notice that there are a lot more yellow events here, and that's why I kind of wanted to bring that up a little earlier during the housekeeping segment. So the thing is, with my previous routine, the big thing was basically recording in the evening, but because of S.A.D and because of the effect it has on me, and obviously usually S.A.D tends to affect me the worst, basically from 6 onwards, so that's usually when it hits me the worst. So because of that, I've had to change my routine a little bit so that I'm doing stuff earlier in the day. So instead of recording in the evening, I'm basically recording in the afternoon, pretty much. Basically right after getting up. I usually get up at 12 anyway, so the idea is I'll get up and then I'll record and edit for 2 p.m. the next day. So that means I can still do it, I can still make it for like 2 p.m. the next day, but I'm doing it while there's still daylight out and before S.A.D has its... Basically while S.A.D is still in effect, but it's before I get the worst of it, which is round the evening time. So again, pretty much the same thing, except exchanging my evening slot for a afternoon slot. So again, Monday pretty much the same thing, except instead of the afternoon, it's in the morning. So again, record and editing. So again, that's 12 till 4. Record on Monday, it'll go on Tuesday, and then obviously 2 p.m. You know, from Sunday. That's pretty much the same. So it's pretty much the same thing for the most part. The only difference is it's on the morning or / afternoon instead of the evening. So again, record and editing, that'll go out on Tuesday. Tuesday I'm out for the entire day, but the video I record on Monday will be there. And then on Wednesday I'll record at 12 to 4 again. Record on Wednesday, that'll go on Thursday. Then Thursday is a bit more of a not sure what to do, because on the Thursday I do have support, which is a little bit more awkward. It is a bit later into the afternoon, so that means I've got to have my support and then record after they're gone if I still have the energy. Again, I did say there was a lot more yellow events in my S.A.D routine, so I'm still trying to do what I can, but there's just a lot more to contend with. There's a lot more not knowing during my S.A.D routine. I will try and keep it as best I can, but there's a bit less I can guarantee pretty much, which again, that's why I want to emphasize the yellow events earlier on. So again, again, Wednesday record on Wednesday, and then I'll go on Thursday. Recording, editing, I'll try to do it, but again, once staff go, if I still have the energy, you know, once staff go, I might be completely exhausted because it's S.A.D, so I might need to, you know, rest. I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. But assuming I do have the energy, that'll go on Friday, maybe. So again, oh yes. So again, actually, I don't know. Again, with the yellow, there's a lot to contend with. So there may be a video that day. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then again, it's the same thing with flat clean, 12 till unknown, because obviously my flat clean does take quite a while because it's laundry and flat clean. So there's a lot to do, and it's a bit less easy. It's not as easy to predict during my S.A.D time, because again, my S.A.D does affect me like for a few months throughout the year, but it usually gets its worst on it does usually get its worst after 6 p.m. So again, so I will try to continue as best I can, but there's just a lot less I can predict now. So there's a lot more yellow, there's a lot more variables I can't really predict on that particular time. So it's just a case of seeing what happens. Hopefully I'll still get the video out. I don't know. I really don't know. Again, a lot of this case, we'll just see what happens pretty much. But yeah, so there may be a video, we don't know. We'll have to see what happens. The Saturday I can get a video out. So again, recording, editing, that'll go on Monday. And once again, I'm off on the Sunday for the full day. So yeah, that's basically everything. That's kind of what I wanted to show you, because during these times, obviously my regular routine, obviously there's a lot more I can promise, because again, there's only like one thing, which is one thing I can't really predict, but even then it's still within my realistic recording time frame, given S.A.D's not an issue at the time. But with my S.A.D routine, there's a lot more yellow, there's a lot more that I can't predict. Granted, I'll still try to record and edit if I can, but it just depends, because again, S.A.D, when it hits, it affects me particularly bad. Again, I explain it, it's like getting hit by a freight train. It's like having a house dropped it. It's like having a permanent low battery. It's honestly, it's intense. I would not wish it on anyone. And I know some people might say, oh, it can't be that bad, but again, it affects everyone differently. So I mean, S.A.D, it might affect some people only major, like a little bit, but there's some other people that it affects completely, where it's just completely taking everything out of you constantly. And not only do I have SAD to contend with, but I'm still in healing, which is also taking energy out of me because my body is also healing as well. So that's even more fatigue than just with SAD. So there's just a lot more variables that I can't really. There's a lot more variables during this time that I can't really plan for until I'm actually experiencing that time, pretty much. But yeah, that's. I hope this makes sense. I know I'm kind of rambling. That's another effect of SAD as well. It kind of makes my it kind of like throws my focus off. It means like if my latest couple of videos, if my outro have been a little bit more random and chaotic, it's because my brain feels a bit scrambled. I'm having a harder time focusing on what I want to say. So if any of my videos lately over the past couple of weeks or whatever have seemed a little more disorganized from what I normally do, it is because the SAD is having particularly bad effects on me this year. Like honestly, I feel like it's just been getting worse and worse each year, basically. But yeah, so hopefully this all makes sense. Again, I had a bit of a tough time actually writing this schedule during the time, just because I was writing it during the worst of my SAD. So I'm hoping this makes sense. Even like looking at it now, my brain's thinking, did I do this right? Did I make a mistake? Because, you know, again, there could have been a mistake in here that I'm not even seeing because my brain just completely fricked up, pretty much. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this makes some kind of sense. And again, if I am missing anything major, like on the days when I'm not recording or whatever, even if it's not completely accurate, I hope this gives you guys a little bit of a better idea of what I'm dealing with, and why my recording and editing might drop off a little bit during these months. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video just in case. Okay, and that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. So as always, you know, this is something that I've been planning for a while. Like again, I've been writing the script like this originally when I made this script. This was just this video that I was planning originally, and then after a while I got my thinking, wait, hang on, it might be good to have an overall SAD explanation, just, you know, for context for this video. So I basically split those two videos into their own thing, just so that I'm not rushing anything. And because again, SAD, it takes a lot of mental energy out of you. Like honestly, I cannot say that enough. It really does take more out of you than what you could ever imagine. Like anyone still in denial thinking you're being dramatic, I'm really not. I'm really not. Like again, it affects everyone differently. Like you might be interacting with some people, like, you know, you could be asking someone, you've got SAD, do you have bad? And then they could like, it's not a big deal. That may be true for them, but it's not the same for everyone. Again, SAD, it's like a spectrum. It affects everyone differently with different levels of severity. I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want to say it because it really is that varied. There is that many variables. It does literally affect everyone differently. And again, sometimes it affects people differently over different. So again, I might have had this like maybe like 10 years ago where it's barely noticeable, and now it's affecting me like that, like a lot more severe. So again, it does vary from person to person, year to year. You know, no two SAD seasons for someone is the same. So that's just something I want to preface right there, for anyone still in denial thinking SAD's not that bad. You know, again, I know, broken record, I know, but it really is that severe, and I just can't preface it enough. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. So I think after this, I'm going to try to get back to Insane Aquarium and other things, just because I've got a few more videos I want to do before I wrap the year up. I've got my yearly wrap-up video planned for the 3rd week of December now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that works out better. So like 3rd week of December, which is the week before Christmas, so that makes sense. So again, probably do a few more videos for, you know, maybe Inside Aquarium or Portal 2 or something, depending on how I feel. Again, Inside Aquarium is a pretty low stress game, so it's one I could do with not much issue. But again, that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. Hopefully you guys, hopefully you have a better understanding of how, you know, how my schedule works during my S.A.D period. Better overall understanding on how, you know, just how bad it affects me. Again, if you guys, you know, again, put in the comments if you want, if you have any questions or anything, or, you know, just in general, you know, put something in the comments if you want. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. So as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I will see all of you guys in the next video, most likely in Inside Aquarium for the next few videos, probably. Until then, have a good day, guys.